legislation. I hear Governor Cuomo talking about using words he said you're
Oh
starving
shit!
the states
There
that
it is.
can't reopen.
That's a clear ass
You know,
picture
saying
right
that
there.
he didn't get a dime
It is
of the last round of money. When in fact, if you look at the legislation,
Thursday, May 7th, 11:05 a.m. right now.
Even though he says New York got nothing.
I want y'all to look at these numbers.
And also, the Treasury has made a there's
74.
credit for states like
Fuck
California.
it. I'm gonna say 70. We'll say 75,000. Because as soon as I get this video done, I'm just gonna add a little bit. We're gonna round it to 75,000. And then right here,
Mitt Romney brought a sign in today that said
270,000.
getting screwed.
So
that's true.
70,000 in the U.S.
State where I'm sitting right now.
Deaths from.
New York is a very large state. But even Senator Collins,
See, they're not even saying. Okay, coronavirus pandemic.
are not smaller loans and smaller
So,
states are not being helped
coronavirus
by the Treasury and by this federal program.
in the U.S.
In addition to that, when you have
worldwide.
Republicans now, more than a handful,
I'm gonna do my other part of the video here in a little bit, put it all together. You're gonna find out what the fuck I'm trying to show y'all. Alright, so we're live. Well, we're not live, but we on. Alright, earlier, I shared with y'all what I saw in the news. It was live, current numbers. I rounded it up. Put numbers out there. 75,000 in the U.S., 270,000 worldwide. Rock with me here. I want to know what the deaths were in 2019. So I'm going to look that up. Deaths, right? See that? Deaths in U.S. 2019. All right. Right here, first one. CDC.gov. They didn't want to put the numbers on the news, right? If not, comment below. I'll redo my video. But I'm working with this one right now. Fast stats, deaths, and mortality rate, CDC. See right here, quick stats, average daily. All right, I'm going there. See here, quick stats, average daily number of deaths by month, United States. This is in 2017. All right. So what they talking about though? So in 2017, an average of 7,700 deaths occurred each day. January, February, and December were the months with the highest average daily number of deaths, 8478, 8351, and 8344, respectively. June, July, and August were the months with the lowest average daily number of deaths, 7298, 7157, and 7158, respectively. The CDC was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2017, saying that there's been an average number of deaths. Okay, now this could be from anything. Could be what? Suicide, disease, terminally ill, natural causes, what have you. Okay, but that many deaths. Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go with 7,000 deaths a day. 2017. I don't know off the top of my head how many months. No. I don't know off the top of my head how many days are in every month specifically. So I want to play it safe. We'll do January. 28 days. February, 28 days. That's supposed to be an 8. March, 28 days. April, 28 days. May, the 7th, 7 days. Now, $28 times 4, 112 plus 7, 119. 119 days. 7,000 deaths a day, lower than their lowest number in 2017. Okay. 833,000. Okay, I know, I hear it. Yeah, but you can't, this right here is just COVID. This is this dangerous virus that is so contagious that we have to be locked up in our houses. And if we want to go outside, we have to have our faces covered. We had to be furloughed. We had to be laid off. We can't do shit. We just gotta listen to the motherfuckers just keep talking on TV. Restrictions, restrictions, restrictions. Okay? Let me get back to my point though. But this is COVID. This is all COVID. This is US. Because we in May now. 5 months. This is 5 months. They're not even saying COVID no more. That's what I meant to say in the video. They're not even saying COVID no more. It's a coronavirus. Okay? Okay. Boom. Let's take this. Because, that's so dangerous. That's so dangerous though. It's this virus, yo. Y'all need to keep your asses in the house for this. We're gonna take 833. We're gonna divide that by 2. I got 416, 500. Okay, but then I'm gonna divide that by 2 also. I'm gonna have 208, 250. This right here, I did 75% to whatever you want to call it. If you want to throw suicides, murder, abortions, old age, disease, $75% of this total. And 208,000 deaths. I'm gonna go with that number. Now, why we didn't? What the fuck was the threat there? 208, Because this is US. This is US. I know I got two different numbers up here. We got the US number, we got the worldwide number. And what I'm doing right here, I'm doing US. We didn't shut down. We didn't have to be locked up in our houses. We were not told you cannot go to work. You got to put a mask on now. Oh, and we got to be 6 feet apart now. Oh, man. I don't know, guys. I be watching the news, and then when I see these numbers right here, I keep saying to myself, but I swore in the beginning they were claiming millions of deaths. And one death is too many, no matter what it is that you're talking about. Okay? One death too many of suicide is too much. One death too many of murder is too much. One death too many of abortions is too much. One death too many of old age, okay, natural causes, all right. One death from a disease is too much. But these numbers right here, what the fuck? But the whole world got to change the way they live over this bullshit ass virus. Heat, washing hands with soap, and sanitizer kills this shit. Did we forget that? Gotta stay inside. We can't go out there in the sun. The sun's good for you. It's gonna be hot. Dude, I mean, fuck y'all. Okay. So I just wanted to point that out because, you know, I just been really upset watching the news, and I'm like, man, these numbers are just not adding up to what they were claiming, okay? And then anytime I talk about that, I always hear, yeah, but we did stay at home. You know, we did shut down, okay? But how come we didn't do none of that? Why do the deaths from these don't bother us as much as this bullshit right here? Okay. Alright, y'all. Before I end this video, I gotta give everybody something. Okay? So, if you've taken the time to watch this whole video so far, I just want to thank you. You know I can be a little aggressive and explicit and blunt, but I'm just fed up. I was fed up when they first started talking about it because I knew it was bullshit, it's a hoax. And then, you know, when you talk about it with some people, others, I can't talk about it because, you know, they know better, whatever. But, yeah. Thank you for taking the time with me to go through my mind. And this is just part of it. You know, I can go over a whole bunch of other stuff. This is just part of it. This is just numbers. Like, I look at the news and I'm seeing this, and I'm remembering that they were saying millions of deaths. Okay, well, we flattened the curve because we did lockdown and we stayed at home and this and that, whatever. Can we look into... For those that's been rocking with me and showing me support, man, thank you. I love you all. Man, you just, I mean, hell. They want everybody to be practicing social distancing and whatnot. But I'm just very grateful that with the group of people that I surround myself with, not only am I able to meet more like-minded people, but my bonds with my friends just keep getting stronger and stronger. So, shout out to all of you and thank you for your support. Now, for other ones that still want to not even take this in consideration, and, you know, I got something for y'all too. I got something for y'all too. You know. Let's go. Boom.
I can't believe China's blaming the US for this whole virus thing.
That's ain't it, but...
Yeah, so...
With the mandatory stay-at-home orders, cities are suing the California governor so their people can go back onto their beaches again. Idiots. Like, I'll stay at home for the rest of my life if they tell me to. People are freaking out right now. Like, they're tired of having their constitutional rights taken away with a mandatory stay-at-home orders. Cities are suing the California governor so their people can go back onto their beaches again. Idiots. Like, I'll stay at home for the rest of my life if they tell me to. Who knows how to make the best choices for my health and my life? Definitely not me. So I'm more than happy to put my blind trust in power-hungry politicians and definitely uncorrupt groups like the World Health Organization. I think they know what's best for me because, like, they know me better than I know me. The last thing you want is people to have the freedom to make their own choices and then experience the consequences of their choices. I think free will is a little bit of a sin. I don't think we should have it in the first place. Like, you wouldn't give a razor blade to a 3-year-old because it wouldn't be in their best interest. So you shouldn't give freedom to people either. All these Americans that want their freedoms are just ungrateful. I say, if you don't like how things are going and you just want your freedom, then why don't you move to a free country like North Korea or Venezuela, you freaking heathens? Oh, I 100% buy into the narrative they tell me. I think it's ludicrous some people don't 100% believe the narrative like it's the absolute truth. Why wouldn't you? Think about it. If you were in charge of a giant, powerful business that pretends it's a charity like the World Health Organization, you wouldn't spend your time carefully crafting your message to manufacture consent with the public to get them to go along with your mysterious agenda that's in your best interest that you tell them is in their best interest. You'd probably just get up to the podium and have a spontaneous conversation and see what comes out of your mouth while you're riffing. I think that's what they're doing. That's why when Trump gets up there and talks about things like injecting Lysol, it seems so out of the ordinary because he spends months carefully crafting his message. I also find the more scared I am, the more unwilling I am to believe anything other than the original narrative that they told me that they're still telling me, even when new, more accurate information emerges. Like when USC did research in LA County a few weeks ago and showed the amount of people infected with COVID-19 is 28 to 55 times more than we originally thought. Yep, because most of these people don't have symptoms, it suggests the infection is far less dangerous than we originally thought. And in contrast to the original guesstimation of a death rate of 4.5% in COVID cases, the LA County Health Department says the new research suggests the actual death rate in COVID cases is between 0.1 and 0.2%. That means the actual death rate in COVID-19 cases is 22.5 to 45 times less deadly than we were originally told. But this new scientific data is irrelevant to me because it's like I already made up my mind when I was the most frightened. And I'm going to keep believing what makes me the most frightened because it just feels more congruent in my being that way. I'll also spend a lot of time looking for information that they shove in my face that confirms my existing beliefs. There's nothing like a little confirmation bias to help my mind continue to learn and expand. I'm also really good at believing the COVID death count, as anyone who is diagnosed with COVID-19 and then dies, irregardless of what they die from, pre-existing condition or otherwise, their death is labeled a COVID death. Makes sense to me. Instead of letting the doctor who is treating the patient use their medical education to determine the cause of death, I think the mandate to label it a COVID death is more accurate. And it helps the COVID death count get higher than it is. And the higher it is, the more scared I am. And the more scared I am, the more obedient I am. Yes, I would like a mandatory vaccine. I'm scared enough that I think more things should be mandatory. Sometimes the best medicine is like the best sex, non-consensual. They work on the same premise. But I'll tell you this, those vaccines better be brought to market without long-term human trials. And I think it will be. It's better that way because the long-term trials that prove a vaccine's safety and effectiveness are pretty arrogant. It's just like, hey, let's spend years rubbing it in your face how great this thing is. I say it's better to just be humble and forgo that bragging period. It's pretty well proven that being proactive and taking care of your health won't keep you healthy. our only hope is in the pharmaceutical companies protecting us. They have a very good track record of never harming anyone, so I sleep pretty good at night. I'm also kind of asleep right now. And yes, I would like to be microchipped, as long as they tell me it's for my own good. And I apologize if I'm being a little too greedy here, but I'd like 2 microchips, please, just to keep me extra safe. Or maybe we should just do a baby step and use mandatory tracking apps on our phone first to keep us safe, and then go to the microchips. I think that's probably the way to go. I'll tell you who I trust more than God, Bill Gates, because he's got more money than God. Money can't buy happiness, but it can definitely buy my trust. I accurately look at Bill Gates as a medical authority when it comes to vaccines and being undiseased, because he's a software engineer, not a doctor. He doesn't have a medical degree or any other degree for that matter, which means he's not part of the corrupt medical system because he doesn't have any medical training, which means he knows more about medicine than medical professionals. Like when my child's sick, I don't take him to a doctor. I take him to the Apple store to have a computer engineer take a look at him. I'm not an idiot. Bill not only has my trust because he wears sweaters over collared shirts, but also because of how he found the path of altruism that he's on. Think about his journey. In 1999, he was sued by the federal government and found guilty of breaking antitrust laws because he created a monopoly with Microsoft, presumably because he's so power hungry for control and domination. Then the very next year in 2000, he founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which now controls the World Health Organization, which is spearheading the charge to narrate to us what's going on with the coronavirus and the race to find a vaccine to cure it. He miraculously switched from being such a power-hungry Microsoft overlord breaking laws to the extent that the US government had to sue him, to just 1 year later with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation being such a shining example of altruism that he selflessly cared so much that he made it his mission to rid the world of disease with vaccines. Sounds like he found Jesus to me. There's no other explanation. Oh, and get this. This one time, a friend of mine who's obviously a conspiracy theorist who needs to be medicated had this outrageous theory that after he was found guilty in 1999 of breaking antitrust laws, Bill Gates realized that Microsoft could no longer be the vehicle that he used to gain more power and control, so he founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation the next year to be the new vehicle for him to gain more power and control. And he even said Bill is smart enough to make the vehicle appear as though he's using it to help the world, even though he's just using it to take over more of the world, which would make the world help him take more of their power and control. So crazy. I was like, bro, he's not that smart. He's a billionaire, not a trillionaire. The mainstream narrative helps me classify anyone that doesn't go along with its narrative as an irresponsible lunatic conspiracy theorist. That way I can label them as crazy rather than thinking about what they're saying. So, my friend's a crazy lunatic. Thinking for yourself and making your own choices is dangerous during a time like this. Is that a blue pill?
Again, I want to thank everybody for your time, checking this video out and everything. I just wanted to share some. So, we gotta do better. Gotta do better. We're either gonna fight for our lives or we're not. Fight to live or just be told what to do for the rest of your life. And it's not even your life no more. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out.